Hey guys, you got Kitty Booty. Sam, what? You want to come over? Come on, you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to try. Come on. Ooh. There we go. Hello. Say hi to everyone. Mwah. Mwah. Hang on, gotta turn the fan off thingy. There we go. Hi. So the person of the kitten that I was talking about earlier in the last video, they came home, and well, luckily enough, she was horrified by what she saw. I said, "You think that's bad?" I had to watch it die. Obviously she apologized. She thought it was my cat. I'm like, no, it didn't have an owner or anything. It was a kitten. But I was like, yeah, you think it's bad? It's like I had to watch it die. It's like I thought it was rolling in the leaves, and I thought maybe it was having a seizure, so I went over to help it, and then I saw the eye bulging out. And then when she picked it up to put it into a bin because she didn't want her kids seeing it, one eye was bulging out, and the other, you could see the blood and everything just gushing, that was gushing from its mouth. But so instead of throwing it away, so what they decided to do with it, I hope they stick to it, because it'd be, it's a lot more respectful than just throwing it in the trash. But her husband or boyfriend or whoever came home, and he said something about burning it, like cremation. I don't have a problem with that. But I told him that it was a life. So throwing it away like it was trash, no. So if they're gonna burn it, that's completely fine. We do that with dead all the time, and it's been done for ages, and it's not disrespectful. But yeah. So I told them to just keep an eye out. There was a cat that looked just like it that ran off underneath the shed over there. I'm like, just when you come out, just look around the car. In the wintertime or when it's really cold out, check the hood, under the hood, because the cats like to crawl up, because of the engine being nice and warm. But then, you turn that car on and suddenly dead cat. So, but yeah, that was the conclusion of it. I pretty much sat outside the entire time, waiting for them to come home. And like I said, if they want to burn it, like cremate it, that's fine. Sam. But hopefully it doesn't happen again. It's always kittens. They're just so oblivious to the world. You can't see it, but he's licking my arm. What? Well, I just hang around you because you give me food. Hey, Bubba. He's such a good boy. But yeah, so it's been dealt with. Like I said, they're not gonna, they said about burying it, but he's like, well, what about burning it? And at first he was just doing it as a joke, but it's like, it's a solution. So I don't have a problem. I just flat out said that it's like, as long as you guys just don't toss it away like it was trash because it was life, burning it or whatever, I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, she was horrified. Like, she almost started to cry when she saw it, but I'm like, yeah, you think it's bad and you're seeing it now. I watched it happen. And trust me, that's the kind of stuff that scars kids. Just the way it was twitching. And imagine you're this small kitten and you get hit. Imagine the pain you're in before you die, the struggle breathing, your eyes fucking protruding out of your skull. Just imagine what it's like in your last moments. So people who say, oh, it's just a cat, well, put yourself in that position. Yeah. See it a little bit differently, don't you? So, I mean, I trust them when they say that they're going to be more careful and more vigilant, because, I mean, she's acknowledged, she knows how many cats are around here. She, apparently they thought that Venti was a female, and they call her Vanessa. But I'm like, I call her I call her, her is actually him. I call him Venti. They've acknowledged that about the cat, the black and white cat that comes over here. So they know that there are other cats around. So I'm like, just be mindful. So tell whoever else you know just to be mindful. We don't need any more kittens going around. I brought up Venti, and because they even said they don't know who he belongs to. So it may not even be that family that I thought it was. I was just like, just be mindful. Venti, I'm working on getting fixed. We don't need kittens outside getting crushed, older cats, shit happens, but kittens are just completely oblivious. But burning it, like I said, definitely more respectful than just putting in a garbage bag and tossing out like this trash. So I can kind of say that this has a happy conclusion, but that was fucking terrible. That's the kind of stuff I avoid on like YouTube when or Twitter when they show animal abuse and stuff. It's just like, I can't stand looking at it. But here I had to watch a fucking kitten die. It was, like I said, it like got hit and then it tumbled into the leaves. And I thought maybe it was just playing. And then I thought maybe it was having a seizure. And my mom had a dog who had seizures all the time. And it pretty much, like straight up, the arms were sticking straight up. And it was, struggling to move, and like it was kind of like rolling around, like trying to get back up. I'm like, okay, it's having a seizure. Let me go over there, help it out, bring it somewhere safe. If it was having a seizure, I would have brought it over here, and just kind of sat with it on the porch until it kind of came around. But then I got over there and saw the eye bulging out. It was completely out of the skull, and I saw that. I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's a seizure. And then when I touched it, it felt like it was completely dead. And I started to walk off, and I turned around, it was still somewhat moving, and I'm like, okay. But then it finally died. But it's like I told them, luckily enough, kids who are walking by don't notice it because it blended in with leaves. It really did. The fur, its fur is like exactly like the color of the leaves right now. So like clockwork. But anyways, just thought I'd update you guys with the tale of the unfortunate kitten. Does have a conclusion. Like I said, if they burn it, that's fine. I just don't want it thrown away like trash, because it wasn't trash. Cats aren't stupid. Cats aren't like some meaningless life form. Like people seem to think that, oh, it was just a cat, it's not a big deal. Okay, oof. It was just a child, no big deal. See how stupid that sounds? So yeah, thought I'd just fill you in on that. Let me know what you guys think. Is that something you would have done? Like what I would have, what I did going over there, or would you just have just left it alone? It's like, oh, it's not my problem. Are you one of those people who be like, oh, it's just a cat? It was just a small kitten, not a big deal. Because I mean, apparently, just the way I react and I mean, just the way you guys, when I'm with Sam, you know, apparently, you know, I mean, I understand that, you know, people who love animals isn't rare, but apparently it's more rare than you think, you know. Everyone's like, oh, it really takes a special person for, you know, to love animals because how, you know, innocent they are, how fragile they are. You know, I've worked with the elderly, I've worked with animals, and same thing with they're like, it takes a certain kind of person to work with the elderly. Not only working with the elderly, but working with the elderly and not abuse them. Because when you're working in a freaking nursing home, there's a lot of abuse going on. So if you're one of those people there who are actually doing your job correctly and you're not abusing them, and you're there because you genuinely want to help, not because you're getting paid a lot. But they're lucky they felt that, because I was ready. I was really this close. I'm sitting out there waiting for them, and I so wanted to go off on them. If they didn't show any signs of remorse or anything, I was gonna fucking go off on them. But she came home and she looked like she was gonna start to cry because she realized what she did. And at first she thought she might have hit it last night. I'm like, no, it was today. I watched it die. So it was today, just as you left. So if, you know, even her boyfriend or husband, you know, I would figure but no, even he was like, wow. You know, he went over and looked at it. It was in a pink container, and you could see on his face how bad he felt about it. So no verbal cues needed. You could just see on his face that, you know, you see this is a small kitten, like this big, this fucking big, and his life gone. So, but yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys would have done. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.